Welcome to Wrestle Vanguard. Today we're diving into 20 WWE superstars who got fired and why. Stone Cold Steve Austin left WWE in 2002 due to creative differences with management. He was unhappy with the direction of his character and refused to lose to Brock Lesnar in an unadvertised match on Raw. This led to a fallout with Vince McMahon, and Austin walked out of the company. He later reconciled with WWE and made multiple returns in non-wrestling roles. Hulk Hogan was released from WWE in 2015 after a leaked tape revealed him making racist remarks. The company immediately removed him from their Hall of Fame and erased references to him from their website. His departure caused major controversy, and WWE distanced itself from him for several years. Hogan later apologized, and WWE reinstated him into the Hall of Fame in 2018. CM Punk left WWE in 2014 due to frustrations with the company's creative direction and medical treatment. He was unhappy with his booking, injuries, and lack of opportunities despite being a top star. Punk walked out after the Royal Rumble and was later officially fired on his wedding day. He later criticized WWE publicly and stayed away from the company for nearly a decade. Dolph Ziggler was released from WWE in 2023 after nearly 2 decades with the company. Despite being a 2-time World Heavyweight Champion, he was often underutilized in later years. His release was part of WWE's budget cuts, affecting several superstars. Ziggler later explored opportunities in other wrestling promotions and entertainment fields. Shelton Benjamin was released from WWE in 2023 after a long and respected career. Despite being a talented in-ring performer, he was mostly used in mid-card roles in his later years. His release was part of WWE's cost-cutting measures affecting multiple wrestlers. After leaving, he expressed gratitude for his time in WWE and explored new opportunities in wrestling. Mustafa Ali was released from WWE in 2023 after requesting his departure earlier. Despite his talent and unique character, he was often underutilized in the company. His release was part of a wave of budget cuts affecting multiple superstars. After leaving WWE, Ali pursued opportunities in independent wrestling and other promotions. Luke Gallows was released from WWE in 2020 as part of mass talent cuts due to budget reductions. Alongside Carl Anderson, he was a key member of the OC faction with AJ Styles. Despite signing a lucrative contract extension in 2019, his run was cut short unexpectedly. After his release, Gallows returned to the independent scene and later joined Impact Wrestling. Carl Anderson was released from WWE in 2020 alongside his tag team partner Luke Gallows. Despite being part of the OC with AJ Styles, he was let go due to budget cuts. Anderson later criticized WWE's handling of their contracts before returning to the independent scene. He eventually signed with Impact Wrestling and later made appearances in NJPW. Sonya Deville was released from WWE in 2025 after a long tenure as both a wrestler and an authority figure. Despite her strong character work and in-ring skills, she struggled to maintain a top spot in the company. Her release was part of WWE's ongoing roster cuts to restructure talent. After leaving, she explored opportunities in other wrestling promotions and entertainment projects. Giovanni Vinci was released from WWE in 2025 as part of a wave of roster cuts. He was best known as a member of Imperium alongside Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. Despite his technical skills, he struggled to maintain a strong singles push. After his release, Vinci explored opportunities in other wrestling promotions. Cedric Alexander was released from WWE in 2025 as part of budget-related roster cuts. Despite being a former cruiserweight champion, he struggled to regain momentum in his later years. He was previously a key member of the Hurt Business but was later used inconsistently. After his release, Alexander looked for new opportunities in other wrestling promotions. Blair Davenport was released from WWE in 2025 as part of company-wide roster cuts. Despite her impressive performances in NXT, she never got a full main roster push. Her release surprised some fans, as she was considered a promising talent. After leaving WWE, she pursued opportunities in independent wrestling and other promotions. Authors of Pain were released from WWE in 2025 after an inconsistent run with the company. Despite being dominant in NXT, they struggled to maintain momentum on the main roster. Injuries and creative changes led to long periods of inactivity. After their release, they explored opportunities in other wrestling promotions. Paul Ellering was released from WWE in 2025 as part of company-wide staff cuts. He was best known as the legendary manager of the Road Warriors and later Authors of Pain. Despite his managerial expertise, WWE phased him out of television storylines. After his release, he remained respected in the wrestling industry for his contributions. Alberto Del Rio was released from WWE in 2014 due to an altercation with a WWE employee. Reports stated that he slapped a staff member over a racially insensitive comment. WWE cited unprofessional conduct as the reason for his termination. Despite his release, he later returned to WWE in 2015 before leaving again in 2016. Enzo Amore was released from WWE in 2018 following serious allegations against him. WWE stated that he failed to inform the company about the investigation, leading to his immediate termination. Although the charges were later dropped, WWE did not rehire him. After his release, he pursued a career in music and independent wrestling. Big Cass was released from WWE in 2018 due to reported behavioral issues. He had backstage conflicts and allegedly went off script during a segment on SmackDown. WWE management was unhappy with his attitude, leading to his sudden departure. After his release, he worked on the independent scene and later joined Impact Wrestling. Rich Swann was released from WWE in 2018 following his arrest on domestic violence charges. Although the charges were later dropped, WWE decided to part ways with him. He had been a former cruiserweight champion and a rising star in the division. After his release, he found success in Impact Wrestling, where he became world champion. WWE has seen many shocking firings over the years, proving that no superstar is truly safe. Whether due to creative differences, backstage issues, or budget cuts, these releases changed the wrestling landscape forever. Who do you think deserved another chance? Let us know in the comments.